Okay, so now we're going to go over what we were supposed to do at the end of class over decimal models and just quickly see if we have a good understanding of this, because I know it gets a little bit confusing. So let's go ahead and start with the first one, number 1. It says, Lucy fills 2 5/10 pitchers with 3 2/10 liters of lemonade. The following area model represents the total amount of lemonade Lucy used, okay? So how many liters of lemonade did Lucy use? Well, there's 2 ways of looking at this yet again. They give us the picture. So if we know how to break down the picture, that's easy. If we don't know how to break down the picture, then we're going to have a little bit of trouble. So she has 2 5/10 of pitchers right there. Have a pitcher with 3 2/10 liters of lemonade. And then we want to know how many liters of lemonade did Lucy use. So again, we're looking for a total. Each pitcher has the same amount of liters. So I have equal groups to put together, which is multiplication. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply. It doesn't matter which one I put on top because they both have the same amount of digits. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Ignore the decimals until the end. We're going to multiply everything by the 2. Go to the top first, and then we'll move to the 3. I'll use a darker color just because I feel like you can't see this one that well. So 2 times 5 is 10. Bring up my 1. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. I have now multiplied everything in my top by my 2, so I can cross that out, put a 0 to hold its place. I can get rid of this as well. And then 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So we have 0, 10, 8. Let's see how many times we had a bunny hop. We hopped 1 time here and 1 time here to find the decimal, so 2 times total. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 8. So 8 would be our answer, but there's also another way we can look at it. We're basically using the pitchers with all the liters. So if we want to count up how many holes we have, we should have 8 total holes. So let's see here. I have 1 hole here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I need to count out my 10s because these represent a 10, right? So I have 6 holes so far. So we have 1 10, 2 10, 3 10, 4 10, 5 10, 6 10, 7 10, 8 10, 9 10, 10 10. There we go. So that's another 10 that we can add on. So now we have 7. So let's do another 10 to get another hole. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 10s. So we have to count out our hundredths to see if that makes a 10 because we're missing 1 10. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I do. So that would give me a total of 8 holes if we were to add all of these up. So that's where they get that from. So B should have been your answer. Number 2, the following area model represents an equation. What equation does this area model represent? A lot of people were confused on this one. So what they did is if we just started blank, we would say this right here is a hole. This right here is a hole. This is a hole. So I have 3 holes right here. And then these represent my tenths. So I have 1, 2, 3 tenths. So 3 tenths in my tenths position. Now they also go the other way. So now going this way, how many holes do I have represented? I have 1 hole going this way, 2 holes going this way, 3 holes going this way, and then 1/10. So that's what that would look like. So this represents 3 3/10 times 3 1/10. And if I were to multiply this out and count it up, I would have the right amount of holes and numbers represented in this picture. Number 3, Hector's moped can go 3 3/10 of a mile on 1 gallon of gas. The model below represents how far Hector's moped can travel on 2 2/10 gallons of gas. Based on the model, how many miles will Hector's moped be able to travel? If I just go ahead and I count this up to see how far he can travel, let's just do that because I feel like it's good to get used to that. And then we'll solve it. So this represents a hole. So we'll say there's 1 hole here, 2 holes here, 3 holes here, 4, 5, 6. Now let's count our tens. 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just made another hole because I have 10 tens, which is another hole. So that's 7 holes. And then I have 1, 2 tenths and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hundredths. So I have 7 holes, 2 tenths, and 6 hundredths. Is that one of my answers? It is, but let's go ahead and multiply and see if that's right. Because basically, this is how many gallons of gas he can travel, and this is how many miles he can go. We want to know the total distance. So we're looking for a total. We have equal groups to put together. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And remember, for multiplication, it is a rebel. It does not line up like the rest, even though this looks like it's lining up. It really doesn't. It bunny hops instead. So we ignore the decimals until the end. So 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. We've now multiplied everything on the top by my 2. Cross it out, put a 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay? Let's add it up. 6, 12, 7. I bunny hopped here. I bunny hopped here. So it's 2 times total. 1, 2. Is that what I got both times? It is. So my answer is D. Number 4. Marco taped off 4/10 of a wall to be painted. Marco painted 3/10 of the tape portion of the wall blue. The model below represents the amount of the wall Marco painted blue. How much of the taped off portion of the wall does Marco have left to paint? So this is signifying something completely different than these other ones. So we did not paint the total wall. We painted a portion of it and another portion of it, and we want to know right here, how much of the taped off portion of the wall does Marco have left to paint? So right here, they have signified our 4/10 coming up this way. So we have a 10th here, 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 and here. That's 4/10. And this way, they signify your 3/10. And where they intersect in this area right here, that's your answer, because that's how much is left. So if we count this up, we have 3, 6, 9, 12. So 12, that would make sense that we would have 1 in the tenths position and 2 in the hundredths, which is an answer choice. I can double check by multiplying it. 4 times 3 is 12. Bunny hop once here, so it's twice. And that's right.